Imagine a $15 billion digital exchange where millions of dollars in capital change hands every single day. You can place a wager on almost anything here. Users bet on domestic United States elections, economic policy shifts, or whether a foreign nation will launch a ground invasion by the end of the month. Because so much money dictates the odds, journalists, media outlets, and politicians frequently treat the platform as a modern crystal ball, referencing it to gauge the actual likelihood of major world events. But in spite of its growing influence on global narratives, the operation itself exists almost entirely as code. It has zero physical footprint. If a user runs into a legal dispute with the platform, the terms of service dictate exactly where it gets handled: closed-door arbitration in Panama. Recently, NPR decided to actually go there. They tracked Polymarket's Panamanian corporate entity, registered under the name Adventure One QSS Inc., to a commercial building called Soho City Center. They didn't find a bustling tech hub. They found a quiet, nondescript corporate lobby shared with a Colombian bank. Past that lobby, the designated headquarters consisted of a single room containing about a dozen computer stations. All of them were entirely unoccupied. That empty room is the point. By nesting operations inside offshore shell companies, a multi-billion-dollar financial engine legally insulates itself from the scrutiny of the countries where its users actually live. Setting up a phantom address in Central America is a textbook maneuver to dodge strict United States financial regulators. It echoes a financial scheme from the early 1900s called a bucket shop. Instead of actually buying stocks, patrons placed unregulated wagers on whether a specific stock price would go up or down. These parlors siphoned so much capital from the public and caused such widespread economic damage that the Supreme Court effectively banned them in 1905. Today's crypto prediction markets operate on the exact same mechanical premise. Users buy binary shares, yes or no contracts, with payouts entirely divorced from any underlying asset. By utilizing offshore shell companies and Web3 technology, the platform has successfully resurrected an illegal, century-old gambling model. The platform aggressively markets itself as a democratized tool, crowdsourcing the collective wisdom of millions of people to find the truth. The internal data reveals a different power structure. This diagram shows the flow of capital. Investigations reveal 67% of all profits are funneled into exactly 0.1% of user accounts. The vast majority of retail users lose money, drained by anonymous whales possessing enough capital to corner individual markets. Traditional financial exchanges have domestic oversight boards specifically tasked with preventing this exact level of market manipulation. Operating out of an empty room in Panama removes those guardrails entirely. The result is an ecosystem engineered to extract wealth from everyday participants and deliver it to a completely invisible elite. The stakes of these mechanics shift when applied to real-world global crises. Take the recent political upheaval surrounding Venezuelan leader Nicolás Maduro. Hours before his arrest, anonymous wallets placed wagers predicting his downfall. When the news broke, those accounts walked away with over $630,000 in profit. The wagers extend directly into active military conflicts. In another market, users bet on the exact timing of a potential United States military strike on Iran. Right before the kinetic action commenced, an unknown bettor secured a position that paid out over $1.2 million. The timing of these bets strongly indicates that individuals with access to classified military intelligence are using the platform to profit from state secrets. It turns geopolitical destabilization into a speculative asset, creating a direct financial incentive to anticipate or even encourage military conflict. The logical endpoint of this system is already live on the site: active markets where users are currently wagering on the mathematical likelihood of a nuclear weapon being detonated. When government officials, defense contractors, or major political donors can place anonymous bets on international disasters, they gain an immediate financial motive to influence the outcomes of those exact crises. And while the stakes of these markets dictate the physical safety of millions of people, the operators overseeing the billions of dollars changing hands sit perfectly isolated from the fallout. The empty address in Panama operates as a shield. It ensures that while insiders treat high-stakes geopolitical outcomes as a private casino, the house itself remains completely